What are you doing there?
Fucking strategic planning meeting.
So you're
A
broadcasting.
waste of my time, basically.
So you're recording live from a bunker.
Yes, I'm in the USS Arlington.
Oh, that's cool.
So I don't know how quality this signal is going to be.
You sound okay so far. And you can finally put Ben in his place because he thinks he's the only one who's special who gets to broadcast on location.
That's right.
And here you are. Look at you. I was like, man, Dennis, you've really scaled down the design work at your house. You're just in some shitty apartment.
Yeah.
Are you in like a hotel?
Yes.
Or do they put you up? Or is it strategic that you can't say?
No, it's Arlington Court Hotel. It's kind of like sweet-ish. Not Swedish, but sweet-ish.
How long are you there?
Just until tomorrow.
That's cool.
But then I got to come back next week.
Oh, that's a lot. That sucks.
Yeah.
Now, how's your wife handling all this stuff?
Nah, she don't care. I'm just furniture around the house.
I mean, I'm sure she does care because you got to help with the babies.
Yeah.
So I'm sure she cares more than you think, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, interesting. Okay. So are you enjoying yourself in Arlington?
I mean, spending a day in the Pentagon is not tons of fun.
You're at the Pentagon?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty important sounded.
Not really. Really.
I've never been to the Pentagon. It sounds awesome.
It's, I wouldn't advise, like, if you have a choice of places to go as a tourist, I would not advise the Pentagon.
All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not Tom Clancy, 10 being totally Tom Clancy, how Tom Clancy are your trips to the Pentagon?
Oh, it's -5, maybe.
So you're not waiting next to like a printer to print up some incriminating documents on somebody and walk into the other office and show them like Harrison Ford did?
No, hardly.
You're not dealing.
All that cool stuff is down in the basement.
Okay. You're not dealing with a Spanish Phil Hartman from one of the movies. Which movie? I can't. Was that Clear and Present Danger?
Clear and Present Danger.
Yeah.
I was like, Spanish Phil Hartman. But then I was like, oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, Clear and Present Danger. Yeah. He's totally Spanish Phil Hartman.
Julia, your machine picked it up.
The whole time I'm watching that movie, I'm like this.
I can't believe an answering machine message is what brought down that whole operation.
That whole drug cartel.
Yeah.
I always thought he was more of a Spanish professor from Gilligan's Island.
I can see that, but I think Phil Hartman and the professor from Gilligan's Island have a little bit of crossover.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that makes sense.
But he was also, was he in Desperado or was he in El Mariachi?
Yes.
He's in one of them. I can't remember which one though. He was either El Bucho or no. He's in Desperado.
Yeah,
he's the boss in Desperado.
Yeah, because El Mariachi.
How hard is it? You see a guy you don't know, you kill him.
El Mariachi has a really small budget.
I don't know who he is.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to Spanish Phil Hartman.
I don't know.
I have to look that up really fast. Here we go. Was that Clear and Present Danger?
You gonna search Spanish Phil Hartman?
Nah, that'd be. I don't know. Let me see what happens if I Google Spanish Phil Hartman. Spanish Phil Hartman. Nope, just regular Phil Hartman.
It's probably like some bit from SNL.
It is. The funny part is when you Google Spanish Phil Hartman, the fourth thing on here for his Google search is why did Phil Hartman have to die?
Andy Dick.
Not why did he die, but why did he have to die?
Why did he have to? Which I think is just as good as a question.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What was the guy's name? Miguel Sandoval? That sounds about right. No, that's the guy who plays the drug. No, that's not him.
That's the bald guy.
Yeah, he played like the Ernesto Escobar type.
That's my fucking money.
Yeah, he plays that guy in every movie, kind of though. He's definitely been typecast as like drug cartel guy.
Yeah, like he definitely has to have appearances in Miami Vice.
Yeah, totally. Oh, lots of them. Jock, no, that's not him. Yeah, there he is.
No, that's him.
Joaquim
Almeida.
Yeah, that's
Almeida.
Joaquim, probably.
Is he dead? Okay,
Joaquim,
no, he's still around.
Thank you.
The last movie he was in he was in Fast Five. Huh, okay.
Oh, really?
All right. I thought he would have a bigger career than that. He's only been in a few
I bailed
movies.
on that franchise at about Fast 1.5.
You know what? I'm gonna be
he
honest
was
with
in
you.
Behind Enemy Lines.
I haven't seen the first one. He's in Behind Enemy Lines. Oh, there he is.
Is that the one with Owen Wilson?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And Gene Hackman.
Yeah, he was the NATO. He was the NATO officer.
Huh. Interesting. I like this guy. I'm telling you, he's totally fucking Spanish Phil Hartman. Later.
Now he was on. He made appearances on TV series such as Miami Vice.
Of course.
Tell me that's not fucking Spanish Phil Hartman. I mean, look at him.
Yeah.
Like the nose is a bit bulbous and kind of weird, but you take that nose away.
He kind of looks like the unfrozen caveman in that picture.
I'm just a caveman.
Yeah. Maybe, more evolved, but still.
But yeah, I love that guy, Spanish Phil Hartman. So real quick before we get into the episode, this is for Patreons. Who misses Discovery? Oh me, oh me, oh me.
I got to find time to do a marathon.
Of Discovery?
Yeah.
Did you guys finish?
I'm constantly evangelizing people for it.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that you're totally amped about it. I'm glad. That makes me happy. Now, let me ask you a question. Go ahead. Say what you got to say first, because this is unrelated.
Okay, so I saw a video today. It was a Star Trek supercut.
Mm-hmm.
And other than tearing up because it was so good, it had elements from all Star Trek from the beginning until now.
Okay.
So, original, TNG, Abrams,
like key moments.
Discovery. Well, and it was like they had a theme running, and it was just, different quotes and stuff. And it was very moving. And it made me realize how great of a thing we have. And that there are many roads to get to that thing. And whatever thing brings you to it, you should be accepting of it.
Okay, that's very much a different attitude than you've had.
Yeah, it's very, very reflective of you.
Yeah, it's very zen of you.
I'm
man.
going
I like
to.
it.
I'm sharing the video everywhere I can after this.
Where is it on YouTube?
Tonight. Yeah, and I'll share the link because there's if you just Google Star Trek Supercut, you'll get 1,000 different BS things that everybody.
Some are probably haircut marketing.
Well, Mr. Mott is trying to cash in on TV
totally
appearances. Anyway,
now did you guys watch season 2 of Stranger Things?
Yes.
Okay, so we've all finished that.
Yeah,
because I finished it too. What did you think? Did you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the first season was. I liked it. The first season better.
Okay. All right.
The whole 8 kind of arc or whatever, seemed kind of pointless to me. In the end, the way that it played out.
You can talk
That
about it.
one
I'll put
episode.
spoilers on here. We'll just talk about what's it called. I'll just put spoilers on
If you haven't watched
here.
Stranger Things by now, it's been out for a month and a half. If you haven't watched it by now, then
You're probably not interested.
I get it if you're.
Yeah.
I get it if it was the day after it was released, and you're complaining.
I mean,
about
if you just got out of prison and the first thing you're doing is listening to us and not catching up on Stranger Things, if that's what you really want to do, then sorry.
I want to say thank you for your support.
Yeah, totally. Because this is for Patreon people too. So if you just got out of prison and signed up for Patreon, that's awesome.
Somebody just did a nickel, and
can you get this in your commissary?
Maybe. Well, I'm sure
put that on my
works.
commissary for some Patreon.
Now,
we can't get the Audible sponsorship, but we've got the sponsorship from the Rappahannock Regional Jail. And,
is that where Chris
shout
Brown
out
went?
to all of our-
yes, we're big in prison. So, what episode are you talking about, Dennis?
It's with the other psychic girl. The girl who can make people
episode
see
7.
things.
That episode sucked. That episode was garbage.
But just the whole arc. I thought it was pretty cool at the beginning when they kind of previewed her abilities, I was like, oh, cool. There's another person, so maybe they're going to kind of build on this some more. But they just kind of burnt through her. Like, okay, 11 meets her, and they're like, oh, we're sisters. But then they just fall out after like an episode and a half.
It was one episode. They did that in one episode.
It was a one-off.
Was
it?
Okay.
It was one episode of like Seven looks for her sister, and then they go and kill people, and then Seven's like, no, I need to go back to see my friends. And that was that was by far the weakest episode of the series.
They're what, in Cleveland or something? Right?
Chicago.
Yeah, it's my kind of town.
Yeah, that was the weakest episode of the entire series. I told Stephanie, I was like, that was just
it killed momentum for the series, and it was pointless because it didn't really. All it did was kind of reaffirm 11's like, I'm not ready for the big city.
Well, there's been a lot of pushback. I mean, just almost immediately after that episode. I mean, you almost got spoilers because there was so much fan reaction online.
Yeah,
but I have heard rumors
that was them killing Cottonmouth.
Yeah,
in Luke Cage.
I got you. Wait, what? But no, I think that the rumors may be a little scary though. That season 3 will focus on 8 and 11 getting back together and looking for their other siblings.
I mean, if they do that, I'm okay with that. But just like the way they used it was just
you have this break.
Yeah,
it's like, all right,
yeah.
Hey, let's stop now and. Now we're going to, cut, and the Patreon video will stop. It'll cut to Jenny, and then she'll talk about something completely different for, an eighth of this episode.
Man,
and then
my
it cuts back
titties
to us. She's not a Patreon subscriber.
Because did that episode happen like right after the dogs all were about to kill him in the junkyard or something like that?
Yeah, that was
So we want to know what happens with that.
Yeah, it was really weird placement. I wasn't a big fan, but I think, like I said, mostly everyone in the whole wide world and on Twitter hated that episode. So maybe they learned their lesson.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about Stranger Things that I was talking to a friend of mine about was who doesn't watch the show is I care about the characters so much, and I'm so invested in their kind of realistic relationships that I'm willing to kind of almost buy anything at this point.
Yeah. And the kids are all really good actors. Like usually I hate kids as actors because they usually overplay it or, they're just annoying or whatever, but they're all like the tone. It's like they're not even reading from a script. They're just being kids.
Yeah. Like that Finn Wolfhard kid is a great actor.
Yeah.
The
kid that plays Lucas, it scares me how much he reminds me of my own son.
Yeah.
He's about the same age. And it's just
underutilized.
Yeah.
Like they focused on
series.
the tooth kid a lot. What's his name? Dustin or whatever.
See, I don't know. Lucas had like a whole love story arc going on. Like,
but it.
I mean, the new girl comes to town.
He definitely had better. He had better
moments, but he wasn't. He wasn't. It seemed like he wasn't on screen as much as the other children.
I don't know.
Except for Will, of course, because Will's always punking out. Will's got the best agent, man.
Yeah.
But that kid never has to do anything.
And I will say that the crazier Winona Ryder is on that show, the better. Like when she was all normal at first, I was like, I'm not into this. But then once they started doing the map and all the pictures, I'm like, this is fucking awesome. Like, she needs to be as nutty as possible.
She should do like a ghost hunter show or something. And like just start putting together evidence about there was this sighting here and this happened there. Because like frenetic Winona Ryder is the best Winona Ryder.
Oh, by far, yes. But yeah, I really enjoyed Stranger Things too. And again, I think it's story be damned at that point. For me, it's just I just like the characters.
Yeah.
And Paul Reiser.
Paul Reiser, which is weird.
He was wonderful.
He was great,
die.
But he's a comedian, and I'm like, every time I saw Paul Reiser, I was like, it takes the serious.
He was in Aliens.
Yeah, I was going to say that, and that's what I was expecting was Paul Reiser from Aliens.
He was a little Burkish. He was a little Burkish at the beginning.
Yeah. See, I think Paul Reiser Mad About You, so I think every time he comes on, he's going to be like shticky and like Mad About You, and like it's going to change the tone of the series. But I liked him. I thought he was great. I love Paul Reiser. I'm just happy that he's doing stuff because he's great. So there you go.
I just heard an interview with him on Jimmy Pardo's podcast, and He's got some projects going on. He's got like a Tonight Show mockumentary or something like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What kind of like a Gary Shandling thing?
I think it's called There's Johnny or something like that. So it's like all these backstage stories, and they use actual footage from the Tonight Show, like in the 70s.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
And then kind of cut it into new scenes that are happening backstage or around the show or stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
So I think it's on Hulu.
I was watching the Tonight Show on what's the name of that channel? It's one of the old channels where you can watch all the old shows. Antenna TV. The Tonight Show is on every night at 11 o'clock on Antenna TV. And I was watching it, and I said, "Oh, cool! Charlton Heston's on this episode. This will be really great." And I sat down to watch it. And Charlton Heston and Johnny Carson were talking about suicide prevention in the most realistic way possible. And I was like, wow, you couldn't do that now on like a real TV. Like they were having a real in-depth conversation about like suicides and ways to prevent suicides and the need for like intervention and all this stuff. And I'm like, this is just weird, because now the way talk shows are is they're built for like the 2-minute YouTube clips. You know, it wasn't, Johnny Carson and Charlton Heston smashing eggs on each other's forehead to see which one breaks first. It was like a real adult conversation about a very serious matter. And it went on for like what seemed an eternity. They were just talking about suicide. And like,
you get two legends on, there. What are they going to do? They're not going to cut it or tell them, hey, Johnny, cut it. You can't talk about that. It's Johnny Carson and Charlton Heston.
Yeah, I just thought the interview would be a tad more, I don't know, not
jovial,
fucking depressing.
Yeah, well, save that for the buddy, what's his name? Hackett. Those are the jovial episodes.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Tiny Tim episodes.
That's just a travesty.
So, all right. Well, there you go, Patreon.
Oh, by the way, kind of on subject with that, the Mark Twain Award was on, and Dave Letterman received it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was great. Like it's on PBS. I think you can look it up online to watch it. But it was pretty good.
I was snubbed.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Next year, I'm going to try to get you on that show, Ben. Time was.
I have people sending me videos from the Walt Disney World or whatever it is. What is it? Riverboat ride. And there's a guy, Mark Twain is talking to you as you go on the riverboat. And everybody's telling me, it's like, his Twain sucks. You ruined Twain voice.
You
it's
did.
Either you or the Star Trek guy. This guy's crap.
You've made Twain your own, man. Like it's really good.
It's sad for me though that's the one thing. Like all the other stuff I've done online, I've tried to get any kind of recognition for. I literally have people coming up to me and saying, "Time was," and I'm just like, "Yeah, that's okay."
We need to script something for you to record that is Mark Twain talking with Bill Clinton and Argyle.
Yeah.
And who's another voice you do? You do a lot of voices, Ben.
See, that's the thing. Well, because Rich Little was my hero when I was a kid. But
another great Carson guest.
Yeah.
I bet they didn't talk about suicide for 20 minutes.
No.
Trying to talk him into it. But no, it was. I would actually have to record those like separately, and somebody would have to cut it together.
What you'd have to do is just do
obviously.
all Twain and then all Clinton, and then all and then I could just piece it together. But I could
because switching back and forth is it's
your fucking head would explode, Ben. Your head would explode off of your torso, and you'd be dead. And I wouldn't want that to happen.
And like my Richard Nixon used to be a Rich Little Richard Nixon.
Okay,
because I only do the most timely. Impersonations, but it's been changing over the years, and
at least Bill Clinton's not dead. I mean, you got one person who's still alive.
Well, see, I mean, when I drive home at night, though, sometimes I'll get bored in the car because it's like a 45-minute drive home, and so I'll just start doing voices and having conversations and running lines and stuff. Like, and one of them was Richard Nixon singing, "You Spin Me Right Round, Baby."
Okay.
And I've started realizing that my Nixon had become the Futurama Nixon.
Oh, that's cool.
And less of a Rich Little Nixon.
Yeah, I would say that's become the preeminent Richard Nixon impersonation recently.
Yeah.
The Futurama one.
Yeah. And
do you ever hear my impression of Truman?
You could say anything right now, and we would say, "Oh yeah, they sound just like him."
No, I think his domestic policy was pretty strong, but his foreign policy,
his nuking Japan, I have some issues with.
Yeah, that's his foreign policy could get some work.
But well, there you go, Patreon supporters. Thank you for your support, and you are greatly appreciated.
Yeah,
I think it's going to go up when we start talking about the giveaway.
I thought we were still in the single digits.
We have the giveaway, man. We're giving away the Star Trek VCR game. My wife wants to get rid of it, and if you're a Patreon supporter, you have a chance to win it. We'll give that away at the beginning of the new year because there's no fucking way I'm going to the post office in December to mail something. You're out of your fucking mind. So,
now, do we have shipping restrictions? Do you need to be in the United States because of customs and weight?
Maybe, probably. I'll figure that part out later. But yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, but if they're overseas, then having a VCR that's NTSC,
which is also
probably not likely.
Yeah.
Well, more than likely, you're not going to want to open this. This is like this still has the shrink wrap on it, right?
Yes,
Bob?
it does. It still has the shrink wrap.
I mean, it's what NIB and MIB, new in box and mint in box.
Men in Black.
No, mint. The Man in Black.
Wait, what's NIB? I don't think you can say that one.
Time was a man you what new in box of mint.
Here comes the Man in Black. So yeah, so this episode of DS9, we are talking about, I forget the name of the episode, something about
Heart of Stone.
Heart of Stone.
I will say
Stone
that this is the last episode that I saw during the live run.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
What a way to go out.
Back then, I hated this episode so
much.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have to see at the end if my opinion has changed.
I guess we'll see if young Dennis and old Dennis agree on this episode. Because I got to tell you, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't really spend a lot of time paying attention to this episode. I was kind of in and out. Like I was talking to my wife and doing other things and not really paying super close attention. But the stuff that I paid attention to, I can say, I truly enjoyed.
I watched it twice. Jenny and I have actually sat through this 2 times now because we watched it when we thought it was going to be a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We had to talk about Discovery.
And that's fine. And then we took off for Thanksgiving. So then it was long enough away that it was like, we should probably watch it again. So then we watched it again tonight, and it was like, oh, it's okay, just as good this time.
All right.
Yeah, I watched it 2 weeks ago too, but I refused to watch it again.
Oh, so that'll tell you something about how you feel about it then.
I just didn't have time. I didn't have time.
I didn't have time.
Yeah, Pentagon. There's no signal here.
Very important things.
All right. So
I talk to very important people.
Just like the Will Ferrell when the family's having the argument at that SNL skit.
Yeah.
Like everybody's yelling stuff at you.
I'm
very important.
I drive does he drive a Chrysler Sebring? Or?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's a nice car.
And it's very funny.
Yeah, but it's not something you should brag about like that.
I was actually in a Chrysler Sebring the night that I got shot at in Baltimore. So.
Oh, good times.
Was it convertible?
No, hardtop.
Good times. Good times.
That replaced the 300, didn't it? Or the 300 replaced the Sebring?
Eventually, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this episode is, who wants to do the recap of it? Nobody?
Dennis.
I got it right in front of me.
I can't pull up Wikipedia. I don't have enough bandwidth.
All right,
okay.
So it's pretty simple.
I took my glasses off.
You have Odo and Kira Nerys are just kind of driving around the Gamma Quadrant.
I thought they were still in the. They were an hour in the regular Alpha Quadrant, weren't they?
Were they?
Because they were coming back from a Bajoran colony called Prophet's Landing.
Okay.
Which was on Thursdays after Knots Landing, and
they were driving. They were driving through the Badlands. I know that.
Well, they were nearby, yeah. So, the Badlands are in the Alpha Quadrant.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's close to Maquis territory.
Yeah.
And they're starting to sound like a old married couple.
They really are. I thought this part was very cute because Odo is upset at Kira because I guess they were invited to go to dinner, and Kira flatly rejected the offer, but did not consult with Odo first about the dinner plans.
But you never want to go.
Maybe I would like to go.
But you never want to go.
I thought the best
this is
line.
a gender reversal, though.
Yes, it was. It was very. But I loved the whole point where Kira was just like, "You don't eat, like you don't eat, and you don't like people. Why would you want to go to dinner?"
Well, you could ask.
Well, I mean,
but he does like being grumpy, though.
He does.
So that would be an opportunity.
And to be grumpy to a whole new set of people sometimes is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, ask my wife; she can tell you. It's really fun to be grumpy to people you don't know.
Yeah.
You know, and then as the I guess partner of a grumpy person, you have to come up with excuses why they're grumpy. Oh, they just had a rough day. Stubbed her toe on the way in.
He hasn't had his bucket time today.
Got into a car accident.
Yeah.
They're very sensitive people, these changelings. I mean, wouldn't you be pissed off if your ears look like that? I mean, really.
Yeah.
You know, he could make a better face. He just doesn't try. And
he just wants ears that look like eclairs.
He wants people to notice that he's different. I mean, and then when you notice, he's like, "Oh, don't notice me."
Yeah.
Hence the ears.
Yeah.
Hence the ears.
Why are you staring?
Why are you staring at my weird ears that I made weird on purpose? I don't understand.
Would you stare if I was a hot, heavy rat?
Would you stare at me if I was a chair? Because perhaps I will be later, and then you'll be sitting on my face, pervert. Sit on my face, please.
I'm waiting for the Constable Odo has been forced to resign from his position because of allegations.
It's coming.
Constable Odo was forced to
No,
resign.
that was some other changeling.
After making people sit on his face.
By tricking people into sitting on his face.
Yeah.
He was also forced to resign after he kept showing up in the women's bathroom as a hot and heavy rat.
That's
Mr.
the other
Clinton,
thing.
do you have any commentary on this?
The last time I was in D.C., I tried to get somebody to sit on my face, and she did. I didn't even have to pretend to be a rat.
I'm a hot, heavy rat.
I got a hot, heavy rat if you want to see it.
It's in my pants. So they're going after, they're doing something or other. I don't even know, because I got to tell you, I was in and out.
Some ship attacked an outpost or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Some marquee ship. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so they start chasing that.
Yeah,
and they pursue the vessel to a small moon and land nearby.
That's no moon.
That's no moon. It's the fucking Death Star.
Oh, shit.
Holy shit. Or is it the Star Killer, which is just kind of like the Death Star. But
Star Killer Base.
Yeah.
It's bigger than Death Star and better.
Wasn't there a character named Star Killer?
That was supposed to be their original last name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
really?
Star Killer,
Luke Starkiller.
Luke Starkiller.
I thought there was like in one of the books, which I guess doesn't exist anymore.
Nah.
There was like somebody Star Killer that was like the Emperor's hand.
I remember the Emperor's hand.
So much more effective
was,
because Ben said, "It's a legend." He whispered through the ether.
Yeah.
But no, wasn't that a female? Was the Emperor's hand, and then she would like infiltrate?
That was like Mara Jade, I think.
Yeah, Mara.
Well, yeah, but wasn't Mara Jade the Emperor's hand?
There was a dude, and he was in a video game too, I think.
Oh, because I also read the one where there was like the clone of the Emperor was brought
Yeah, that's
back.
the one good series. That's the Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Okay, yeah, because those are the only ones I read.
The Empire.
Those are great. Those 3 books are killer. Everything after that, I read like I made the mistake one year of just reading Star Wars novels. Most of them kind of sucked.
The ones with the Admiral Dala and the Sun Crusher were pretty good.
The Sun Crusher one was okay.
That's where they go to Kessel.
That's right. Yeah.
See, there was a newer Han Solo trilogy that people talk about, but back in the I want to say 80s. There was a Han Solo novel where it was just a Han Solo out and about doing his thing with Chewie. It wasn't like an origin story. It was just, okay, he left Yavin, now what? That kind of story.
I'd read that.
And it was like, I read that book 100 times. I loved it when I was a little kid.
Star Killer born Galen Merrick, and also known as the Apprentice, is the Dark Jedi anti-hero protagonist of Star Wars The Force Unleashed video game.
There you go. All right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Okay. That's right.
Yeah.
And I hope there's a Star Trek fan out there who's just really pissed off right now that we're talking about Star Wars.
Fuck you guys.
Because you know what? Get over it. It's entertainment,
you know what?
and it makes us happy.
Ben is making a very new attitude.
16 days until The Last Jedi.
I can't wait.
I haven't seen one trailer.
Good.
Not one.
They got me with one before I saw Murder on the Orient Express. Which,
how was that, by the way?
If you're an Agatha Christie fan, you'll like it.
Okay,
I think it
I've
was
never
very
read
well.
Agatha
It was
Christie.
very pretty. It's a mystery, obviously.
Okay. Yeah, because they're trying to solve the murder on the Orient Express. I'm no
this
genius.
Yeah, well, this is. I read the book, and then this may be the fourth version that I've seen. So I kind of knew the ending. Jenny didn't, and that was kind of fun to watch her, get it and be like, when they do the big reveal, and you're like, what? So
see, I want to see that movie because it's
the train was the murderer.
They ran a train.
Yeah.
I want to see that movie because it's a movie about adults doing adult things.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's so kind of foreign at this point,
Well, one of our friends on Facebook, their comment was, "Yeah, there's no superheroes and no special effects. I'm out."
And it's not even the mustache, Kenneth Branagh's mustache, totally real.
Yeah, but see that was the one thing that I didn't like about it.
Dude, it goes to his ears.
Okay, so I grew up though with the David Suchet PBS ITV
Masterpiece Theater.
It was Mystery Theater. It was the one that was on Thursday nights.
Wasn't that part of Masterpiece Theater's whole
I thought Diana Rigg, and then umbrella. I forget the Alistair What's His Nuts.
I believe that was his name, Alistair What's His Nuts.
What's His Nuts?
Hello, I'm Alistair What's His Nuts.
Actually,
tonight on PBS, Alistair What's His Nuts.
Well, that would be Alistair Bates and What's His Nuts. It's a hyphenated. It's a double barrel.
I'm
tonight,
Alistair What's His
Faulty
Nuts,
Towers,
and welcome to Mystery Theater on PBS. Tonight we have a gripping story.
Nobody can remember my real last name.
Alistair What's Up Nuts.
And that's why I was glad that they replaced him when he got old with Diana Rigg, because it's like, oh, I know Dame Diana Rigg. I've got that. I'm good. But no, there would be like there was a Sherlock Holmes series. There was Poirot. There was
Poirot.
Whatever.
Is that about Ross Perot solving mysteries?
No. Because I'd watch that. But the thing is that Perot has this distinction.
You see,
no,
you gotta find the murderer.
Now, Larry, let me finish. I'm about to call in. Now, look, if the murderer will reveal himself now, I will cut a check for everybody else on the train. $150,000. I'll cut a check. I still remember during that election that all the Ferengi thing, like we made Ferengi jokes about Trump in the last election.
Mm-hmm.
But back in, 92 and 96, there were all these crude photoshops or drawings, caricatures of Ross Perot as a Ferengi because he was a short little man, and he's got money. He was a perfect Ferengi.
Yeah, I could see that.
But no, Murder on the Orient Express, I would say if you like mysteries, go watch it. And they're making the sequel, which is Death on the Nile.
Good. I want to see it because it looks really interesting to me. And like
mustache will confuse you.
It's
also going to be Kenneth Branagh in that one too. Death on the Nile.
They have not signed him yet. I think they've got they're talking to the director, but which
is Kenneth Branagh, I think.
No, it was
Branagh didn't direct that.
He just starred in it.
Huh. I thought for sure he directed that.
I didn't think so.
I'm looking.
Or am I thinking of a different movie? I thought it was Peter somebody.
Peter, what's his nuts?
Peter Alistair Bateson, what's his nuts?
Yeah, Kenneth Branagh directed that.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I honestly thought it was somebody else.
Nah, son.
He loves directing as much as he loves acting.
He loves directing hoity-toity shit like that too, son. Like that's his wheelhouse.
The way that they filmed it, though, you felt like it was on a train. It wasn't like, oh, they're just in a soundstage. It felt like a train. So.
And it's fun to see maybe Johnny Depp not doing wacky shit. Like he's not all wacky.
Michelle Pfeiffer's in it too. That's cool.
Yeah. That was she's I think playing the Lauren Bacall. If you saw the original 74 version, she's playing the Lauren Bacall role.
Kenneth Branagh, Johnny Depp, Daisy Ridley, Michelle Pfeiffer, Judi Dench, Penelope Cruz, Josh Gad, Leslie Odom Jr., who's just lovely. I saw him on the floats at the Macy's Day Parade there. And Willem Dafoe. I love Willem Dafoe.
Yep, he does a very good job in this.
Willem Dafoe's
a great actor.
Yeah.
And I've heard from watching John Oliver, he's got a huge penis. Like there was a John Oliver bit, I guess, where they were talking about it. I can't remember which one. I'll find it for you, Dennis. But they're talking about like how his penis is like unnaturally big. Like it makes people uncomfortable how large Kenneth Branagh's penis is. I mean, Willem Dafoe.
Are we talking like Lyndon Johnson large, or are we talking just? I mean, how large is this?
Fake ad you might see on the internet large.
I don't think that's possible.
I've heard it's huge, dude. Like it's gigantic.
He's
like
and it's got his face.
It I guess the director
Green Goblin mask on it.
The guy who directed that movie, Antichrist, said that Willem Dafoe's penis is confusingly large. It's confusingly large.
I mean, was it like there's no sex scandal for him because whenever he whips it out in front of women, they're just automatically like, confused.
Wow.
Well, they die. Like, nobody survived a sexual encounter with him.
That's why Tobey Maguire stopped playing Spider-Man. They brought back the Green Goblin and Tobey was out.
Does he have kids? Willem Dafoe?
Watch the John Oliver Dalai Lama interview. That's where he talks about his penis.
Yeah, I remember that.
Thought, like the Dalai Lama, it was like, oh yes, William Dafoe's penis is confusingly large.
So anyway, so they're following this ship to a moon, and then the B story. I got to tell you, the B story for me is where it's at.
Yep.
Where Nog wants to go to the academy. I could almost completely skip the A story in this because it's pretty basic, bro. It's Kira gets stuck in a fucking rock and the rock starts to form a cast around her body and soon she's going to die. And I got to tell you, I could give a fuck. Like I was just like, I know she's going to be okay. This is fucking stupid. But Nog wanting to go to the academy was on point.
Yep.
Yeah. And Cisco is like, no, fuck you, Nog.
Yeah.
Racist ass Cisco.
Because Cisco is just chilling in his office and Nog walks in with this sack of fucking latinum. And then my first thought is, how did Nog get all this latinum? Like, what is he doing? Like, is he slanging cane or something?
He started robbing trains or something.
Is he like giving hand jobs in the bathroom of his uncle's bar? Like, what is happening here? Because he has like a sack of
He does
latinum.
have small hands, so it would make it seem bigger.
Dennis, yeah.
No, those were, I believe, bars of latinum.
Yes, they were bars.
They weren't strips.
No,
it was bars.
They were bars, and he had enough to like fill a little like bag, and he put it on his desk.
Like a little bag.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, this is my hobo bag full of gold bars of latinum, and I want to give it to you, Cisco, because I want to go to Starfleet Academy." And Cisco's
I couldn't see. I'll have to go back and check. But did on the side of the bag was there like a latinum symbol or anything like that?
Yes. Whatever that is. I don't know what the latinum symbol is, but it was totally there.
I was going to say it's kind of like the Euro symbol, except it's like an L, but that's the pound symbol, so never mind.
Yeah.
That's an actual thing.
But yeah, so he tells him, he's like, look, dude, this is what I want to do. I want to go. I'm going to give you all this latinum, and you're going to let me go to the academy. And Cisco's like, nah, son. I can't.
Yeah. Well, first he's like, I'll think about it, but keep your money, But man, somebody tries to give me money that much, I'm going to take it eventually.
But then,
go ahead, Ben.
Well, it's just, you can't really read if Cisco is like perplexed or if he's just trying to process, what's just happened.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really try too hard to give back all the latinum.
And he does it because Nog leaves the office empty-handed. That latinum is just sitting on Cisco's desk.
It's a gift.
Yeah, it's a gift. You keep that. And he's like, Well, if it's a gift, then all right.
Yeah.
Well, now he has anything over 20 strips of latinum. He has to report.
Yeah.
And
he has to turn in anything other than that.
Tax purposes.
Oh no, he's a Starfleet officer, so you can't take it.
Well, you don't want that Federation tax man to get a whiff of it either.
Yeah,
He'll get your ass.
put you in a completely different bracket if you're not careful.
Yeah, take your space station note.
Federation gift tax is pretty rough.
You gonna get it. You gonna get it. You gonna get run through. They gonna get you.
Yeah. He's like, no, don't give me the latinum. Just give me credit on the Dabo table.
He's like, look, how about this? I'll give you back the latinum, and you just jerk me off, and then we'll
With
call
those
it even.
tiny hands.
Daily.
Yes, for the rest of your life. And then all of a sudden, Cisco's been sexual harassment charges on Cisco.
Hey.
For the rest of the series, he's so relaxed all the time.
He's gone through the Ferengi rite of manhood. He's legal.
The Ferengi rite of manhood.
It's fine.
Which coincidentally involves jerking somebody off.
I don't know if
For
you're aware
money.
of that. Yes. No, well, he gave the money back. He said,
That's
look,
how they give you your laser whip after you jerk somebody off.
He said, look,
here's your laser
you
whip.
keep the money, and then you jerk me off, and then hit me with your laser whip.
Hit me with your laser whip.
Fire away, gives me a boner. I'm into some kinky shit, 'cause I'm a weirdo.
Yeah. Nog, if Cisco starts close talking, you run.
Hello, Nog?
Nog, I do not want your platinum.
I want your...
I do want a hand job.
I want your love.
Perhaps if I give you this favor, you could return a favor.
Wear this wig. It makes you look like Jennifer.
Maybe you can call that Dabo girl back here? Let me suck on her big old titties.
You know, that would be a good use for Nog, is to be your Dabo pimp.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where he got the latinum.
Maybe he's pimping hoes. I don't know what you heard about Nog, but they can't get $1 out of Nog. The Cadillac don't burns like Hatesy. That Nog's a motherfucking PIMP. Ding, 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 ding.
Those steel drums keep making a comeback on this show.
I think that should be some of the Patreon money go to getting an actual set of steel drums. For
And I can just play PIMP anytime. Hold on, I got to break up my steel drum. Ding, 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 ding.
Now, will it be the
You
kind
only
with
need to
the-
know 4 notes.
That I'm a motherfucking NOG.
Motherfucking Ferengi.
I don't know what you heard about Nog. But a bitch can't get $1 out of Nog. Ding, 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 ding. I love that song, man. I love that song. I always
Been
have.
phased 8 times. Now I walk with a limp.
Ooh.
Fucking Nog. But yeah, this is the real story for me. Like the shit on the moon is boring.
I think we've pretty much described everything on the moon.
Yeah.
Well, the moon thing, the worst thing
Until-
about the moon thing, besides being boring, is Kira is so shrill.
Yeah.
It's uncharacteristically shrill, which should have been a tip off to Odo.
stuck here.
Well, I did in some of the background reading that the actress Nana Visitor is like super
Na.
She's like really claustrophobic,
Ah.
Oh, yeah.
and so as that thing would encase her, it was like totally freaking her out through the entire episode.
All right.
So she was having to kind of overcome that, and they're like, "Oh, well, you need to reshoot a couple of scenes," and she's like,
Fuck you.
Go fuck yourself."
Well, I mean, at
This
some
is
point,
why they invented CGI.
and at some point, they could have just put her behind it. You wouldn't even be able to tell.
Yeah, just kind of lean in.
Just don't. It just.
It's like
I just.
those photo things at the carnival.
Like, yeah, look,
Just
I got
do
my.
it.
Yeah. Look, I'm a lion.
I'm a muscle man.
Yep, I'm a butterfly.
I'm at the beach.
I'm trapped in some rock thing. God,
that
it was
was not so
fucking
popular.
boring.
Yeah. So I think
DS9 Carnival.
We can just focus on the good story because I said, we've pretty much covered that.
Well, the only thing that came about in the stupid part was that your man, Mr. Odo, tells Kira that he loves her.
Yeah.
Which was,
I guess,
Yeah. I mean, everybody kind of knew this was happening, but then she says, "I love you too," and Odo's like, "Nah, bitch, that ain't right. Nah."
Not you.
Nah, because you be loving that dead dude who just died an episode ago. Like, he died like a week ago or something. There's no way.
It's like, hey, you remember when Loxana was here last time and everybody started loving everybody? You didn't love me. That never happened.
You loved everybody but me, kind of.
Yeah.
And then your boyfriend just died. So, that's some weird rebound shit, and I'm out.
Over the last 3 years, I have to watch you kiss Burrell and Bashir. My name doesn't start with a B, so I got no chance.
Yeah.
I was thinking about changing it to Bodo, but that sounded kind of weird.
Bodo.
What up, Bodo? But so I'm out. And
I wish he had a twin changeling named Bodo.
Bodo
and Bodo.
Maybe he does. We don't know yet. We haven't got that far. Maybe there's like a lore that shows up whose name is Bodo.
Is there a hobbit named Bodo?
Bodo Baggins.
He's the least popular brother.
Yeah, he's a real dicky hobbit.
He just fucking smokes weed all day.
You got any hobbit weed?
He's got dreadlocks. If you did. Like he listens to Shitty Sublime all the time, and he's just fucking a real dickhole.
Hey, welcome to Casa Bodo Baggins.
What's up? I'm Bodo.
Does he talk in the third person though? Bodo doesn't.
Only when he refers to his casa, and he calls his house his casa.
Mi casa es mi casa.
Bodo casa su casa. Come light some of these shrubs with me.
These shrubs. I got the finest. The
shyest finest, baby.
Yeah, baby, we're gonna get high as a hobbit's ass.
Blaze up. It's second blaze up.
Blaze up till the fucking hobbit days up.
Only in Hobbiton do you have.
That's 420. Why they eat so much, because they smoke so much weed.
But see, in Hobbiton you have 420, and then you have 840.
Yeah.
You got to get them both.
That second 420.
Hell yeah, bruh. We high as fuck.
My fucking clock is broken. It's stuck on 420, baby. But it's a sundial. I don't know how it works, man. I must obey. Bodo must obey.
Did you just paint the shadow onto the
Yes, I did.
A sundial doesn't work indoors, dummy.
It does when you high as fuck, baby.
You just put that lamp over there so that it's always...
Yep.
That's actually kind of a good idea.
If I want to see it move, I'll take some shrooms.
Which are readily available since we live in these holes in the ground.
Yeah.
Gotta eat all them shrooms.
Man, I really want to know more about Bodo Baggins.
Yeah, he's cool as fuck, dude. You know what? I bet Stephen Colbert knows a lot about him. We could ask him.
Yeah.
Because Stephen Colbert be knowing all them Hobbit shits.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he is to Hobbits what Ben is to Star Trek. Like, he just be knowing all kinds of shit. Like, he speaks about Hobbits like Ben speaks about, like, we and us and shit like that.
I saw him, and I forget the episode, but somebody kind of made, like, an offhand remark about something from Lord of the Rings. And then all of a sudden, Steven just goes on this, like, Ben-like rant where it was just, he's just breaking it down. And it impressed me. I got a tear of just, I don't know, respect,
tear and a boner.
Yeah.
A boner.
Yeah. I just finished The Hobbit. I liked it. It was good.
Yeah.
First time I ever read The Hobbit.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I kind of got in
trouble.
Now
read The Fellowship of the Ring.
I'm gonna.
My daughter, when she was small, my daughter, when she was small, wanted a bedtime story, but she didn't want me to read a story. She wanted me to tell her a story. And so I told her The Hobbit.
Uh-huh.
But she wanted to be in the story, and she wanted her dog that we didn't have, but her imaginary dog, Poodle Doodle.
Poodle Doodle?
And so basically Princess Rachel and Poodle Doodle went on adventures with these 13 dwarves, and they had to go get their gold back. And there was and I just told her the entire story of The Hobbit. And years later, like when The Hobbit movie came out, I got the text message from her going, "Wow, Dad, seriously?"
I mean, if you're going to steal, you might as well steal from the best.
Yeah. Go for the...
So you guys, did you guys not have to read The Hobbit in high school? I'm guessing you... No,
I did for fun.
We read it in high school.
And
then I went to the library and I was like, oh, I'm going to read, The Two Towers now. And I was like, fuck, that shit is dense.
I heard it gets a lot worse as it goes.
Similarity, what?
Yeah. Like I heard they get more dense, and like one book is just about like elf letters. Like that's the whole book is the alphabet or some shit like that. That's what Slightly was telling me a long time ago. But I mean,
the elf letter of the day.
I generally enjoyed The Hobbit. I really liked it.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a quick read too.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty quick, and business really picks up once we get to Smaug.
And there's no way you could stretch that out into 3 movies. Oh no. Wait.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't know how that happened.
Well, somebody likes the ducats.
Yeah, I just don't like reading it. I was like, how do they break 200...
Rankin Bass, man? They did it in like an hour and a half, right?
Yeah, how do they break up 240 pages into 3 fucking movies that are 3 hours long?
What's the whole part with who's the other wizard who's in it?
Radagast the Brown.
Yeah, is that actually in The Hobbit? Because I don't remember it being in the book.
Oh yeah,
maybe I read it in the Bridge version or something.
Is it?
And Radagast? Where they go to the crazy place where they fight the ghosts. Sauron's like.
Nah, that's not in the Hobbit.
The shadow. You remember in the movie like Saruman and Gandalf.
When they got to the castle and there's like the.
They're finding the necromancer or whatever. I don't remember that from the book.
That's not in the book.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
They might have mentioned it.
And they might have that was a lot of time they spent on that, like investigating it and actually going to the place.
Because at one point, Gandalf leaves the group and he goes off and does some other shit. Maybe that's maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's when he's fighting the necromancer. Right.
Meanwhile, in another movie,
he like comes back in time for that to save him from the trolls, I think, and then he leaves again when they get captured by the elves or something like that.
Well, he doesn't come back in the elves. He doesn't come back till the very end after after the fucking war starts and the eagles. But I think
the first time he left, he went to go talk to Radagast. And then he came back to save him from the trolls, and then he left again at some point.
But then he doesn't come back until after Smaug is dead.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
The Battle of the Five Armies.
Yeah, because I just read that shit.
I still haven't seen the 3rd movie. I watched the first 2. Okay. And like we watched the first one. When we went to see the second one and the movie starts, Jenny literally like looks at me. We're just like, what the fuck is this? Because it just picks up. We're like, did we forget the first movie? Did we come in late? Is there something that we should have? And and I've only watched those once. The other one, The Lord of the Rings, was the much better film presentation.
Lord of the Rings movies are fucking amazing.
Yeah. Those are works of art, national treasures.
National treasures.
Except, for New Zealand. But
treasures.
Still, it is a nation, and it is a treasure.
Yes. Not much our nation.
Hey, the lead actor is American.
Yep. Hell yeah. Both of them are, man.
Ian McKellen?
Actually, but a lot of those actors are American, which is very weird. It's like we took their shit.
Frodo's the lead.
Frodo's American. Samwise Gamgee's American. So is Viggo Mortensen. It's like a reverse with the superhero movies. We took all they shit, so they're like, you know what? Fuck you guys. We're gonna take all your shit. So that's why we all motherfucking British. Well, Spider-Man, he's British.
Yeah.
They all.
Wolverine is Australian.
Yeah, Wolverine's Australian. Fucking Superman.
Thor's Australian. Yeah. Hela is Australian.
Superman,
he's
fucking
awesome.
He's English. We taking all your shit, son.
He's not really English.
Henry Cavill?
Cavill? Yeah.
I thought he was English.
I thought he was from like Gibraltar or something. I mean, it's like an English colony or something. Yeah. Or he's one of those island things that's not really England, but it's part of the
Isle
Empire.
of Man?
Could be. Yeah. Isle of Man sounds good. Isle of Superman. But
I love all the pictures
of Man of Steel.
I love all the pictures of him with his mustache and like
yeah.
No, he's British. It says he's a British actor.
It says where is he born?
Early
North
life.
Pole.
He was born on Jersey in the Channel Islands, a self-governing possession of the Crown.
Yep.
So,
self-governing.
He was born on Jersey.
Yeah, he's from the Jersey Shore.
He's in the Channel. That's coming back, son.
Oh, really?
Joke about
I
that.
saw it's coming back. Jersey
With
Shore.
all the original cast?
Yes, sir. Except Sammy Sweetheart,
God.
from what I understand. But anyway,
Good.
So then, they
sucks.
do this. They do this whole thing, and she gets stuck in the rock, and Odo figures it out because she says she loves him, and I was like, "Yeah, bitch, that ain't you." And then she changes. Then she laughs at him, and then it becomes a changeling. And she's like, "Look, I was gonna pretend so you could come back, but no, son, I didn't like that."
She just wanted him to do butt stuff.
Yeah,
she was going to be Kira. She was going to let him rescue her, and then she was going to let him do butt stuff.
Yeah, because I mean that's what it's all about.
Yeah, changelings.
They're all about it.
Make an anus so you can fuck it.
Yep. It's all about changelings and butt stuff. And then, so that's all done. Then we're okay. Then I'm good with that.
So now we talk about the real story.
The real story.
Yeah. Which is the part that I did not remember from seeing it originally when I was, 25 years ago or whatever it was.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I could see that.
22 years ago, I guess.
I could see that.
It was very emotional for me.
It was. Like, because Cisco's like, all right, Nog, man, I'm going to give you some jobs. All right, you go fucking.
Because at first they thought he was joking.
Yeah.
Like, even he
a
asked
dickhole.
Jake, and Jake's like, yeah, I told my dad you were joking.
And he was like, fuck you, I'll kill your fucking face off.
Yeah.
I will fucking murder you. I swear to God. I'll fucking drink your blood. And Jake is like, whoa, fucking Nog, chill the fuck out, brah.
Yeah.
He's like, never.
Yeah.
I will never chill the fuck out.
Some good acting great acting, I think, from Nog.
Yeah, like when I gotta tell you, man, like because they gave him the bullshit job of doing the inventory, and Nog knocked it out the park, and they were even saying he found some stuff that they didn't even catalog and all this stuff. And then Cisco kind of confronts him, like, "Why are you doing this? What do you want?" I mean, Nog had me choked up when he was giving it to him. Like I was like, "Damn, son."
Did you get
this was the I learned it by watching you, all right?
Yeah,
like,
this was the Emmy moment
of it. Yeah.
I was getting more like Officer and a Gentleman. Like, do you ever see when he's like, why don't you give up?
Give me your DOR. I got nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
Because my dad's a fucking loser, and I don't want to be like my fucking dad. I want to be awesome. My dad is a master with his hands. He can do anything.
Mechanical genius.
Yeah, but he sucks at being a fucking Ferengi.
Yeah.
And I don't want
because he doesn't have the lobes, and I don't either.
I thought. I mean, I was touched. I was like, "Damn, son!" Like that got me right. I was getting kind of like I was emotional for watching it for some reason. No, it got me, son.
Well, see, for me though, it's double down because I know where this leads, and so it was just like, God damn it, where does it lead? Now I want to know. You gotta watch until season 6.
I mean, I'm gonna watch, so just tell me what
I
happens.
don't want to spoil. What about the people who haven't seen it?
I don't know.
Stop. Use the 15-second advance to go past what Ben's about to say.
Hey, look, I'm looking right now, man. I'm looking. I'll just
in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so he joins Starfleet. He gets in, and he comes back on a few episodes. Then later on, there's the siege of a planet, and there's a big battle with Jim Hadar, and he loses his leg, and he gets really fucked up. And
that's pretty cool.
Wow, that was really interesting.
Okay, so yeah,
can't wait to get
ahead.
there.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. Okay, so that's cool.
Yeah.
So like. Because at the end of the episode, Quark is like, "Fuck you, you ain't going," and then Rom is like, "Nah, go." So
Rom
is this
grew some lobes?
Is this the last we see of Nog? Like he leaves?
No.
Okay,
he got the letter, but now he's got to pass the entrance exam. Don't you remember when Wesley?
Yeah. Okay.
Now,
you know what? I try to block most Wesley stuff out of my brain.
Yeah.
He's got to go meet the Asian admiral and.
Yeah.
face his greatest fear.
Yeah.
That we've never heard about before, because that's just the dumbest entry to Starfleet.
So then this is a cool. Wow, they do a really good. I mean, they give. I mean, the son's best friend on the station a storyline. That's pretty good, right? Like that's good writing.
Is the actor turning 18 or something like that, to where the child labor laws don't apply anymore? They can use him more. Is that why?
I think actually he's already 18. Like he's like an older kid.
Person.
Yeah,
wasn't he
had
in
kidney
like Boy
disease
Meets
or
World or
something.
something?
Oh, really? Oh,
like because I looked it up and he had like a weird.
Is he dead?
No, he's still alive.
Well, usually if you have a kidney disease.
It said here he was born with one partially functioned kidney and received a transplant at the age of 17. This limited his growth to 5 feet. So
he's like that Jarius Robertson kid.
Yeah.
Well, didn't Coleman have
Gary Coleman?
Gary Coleman have a kidney thing also?
He's still alive. Yeah, Gary Coleman had a thing, but he did. And then
what's the kid's name?
Aaron Eisenberg.
Yeah. Okay.
Currently, he works as a professional photographer. He was diagnosed once again with kidney failure. He underwent a successful kidney transplant on December 29th, 2015, and his medical bills were crowdfunded.
Oh, good for him.
He got 2 transplants in his life.
Well, the second one he got from, he made
from relatives or something.
Wow, he made $13,000 on GoFundMe. Good for him.
Good for him.
Good for him. He needed a new kidney. I mean, when you're born with only one that kind of works, you could get a couple of them, right? He's supposed to have 2.
I'm just saying, getting a transplant organ is pretty tough. To get 2 in your life is pretty remarkable.
Hey, they gave one to Mickey Mantle.
Yeah, but he drank it. He drank it.
He drank it away. They gave one to fucking Larry Hagman from Dallas. He drank it away too.
This is back in the day when, if you were famous, you could get to the top of the list. I don't think it's like that anymore.
It was good PR for the organ donation thing, that to have Mickey Mantle go, yeah, I got one. Why don't you get one too? Hey,
why don't you give me a couple backups?
All right, Liver, we got some catching up to do.
Just strap in, boys. We're gonna have a bumpy night.
Well, I gotta break this new kidney in real well, so let me do that real fast here. Do some hard drinking. Yep, oh, that hurt. That's a good one. Yeah.
Hey, can y'all hook me up with like a kidney and a liver from the same guy? So it's just kind of like a match set there. Right.
Oh, it hurts a little bit. Oh, that's good. I like it. Yeah.
Just a little bit of blood.
Ouch. Yeah, a little bit of blood means it's working. Means the kidney's taken. My dick hurts now too. Gotta have that cut off, replaced. They can do that, right? Medical science, because I'm Mickey Mantle. I had 500 home runs. I can get a new dick, right?
Give me a baseball
yes,
bat.
Mr. Mantle, whatever you say.
Yeah, man, just give me a dick already. Come on, what are you guys doing? You're wasting my time. You guys are a bunch of dummies. I need me a dick.
Can you give me like a little tattoo with a little...
Give me that Willem Dafoe dick.
Yeah, give me one of them big Willem Dafoe penises. I heard it's uncomfortably large.
I have become uncomfortably large.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, watch that John Oliver thing. It was really cool.
I remember it now that you mentioned the Dalai Lama. I remember
I might go watch that after we get done recording this. Go watch Dalai Lama talk about Willem Dafoe's penis. But anyway, so
over the robe, under the robe.
So Nog was getting me, dude. Like, wow.
Yeah, this was once again one of the reasons DS9 continues to be, my favorite series.
Really great acting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was just
great writing, great acting.
Yeah.
You can get some stinkers, but then you get stuff like this.
And who would have thought that Nog had that in him?
Yeah.
That was a really great monologue.
Mm-hmm.
I was really impressed.
And they've been planting the seeds of Rom, being kind of a technical guy.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of
keeps everything running. And wasn't it when who is the con artist guy who sets up his own bar across the hall from Quark's?
Yeah.
And he takes Nog, and then everything starts breaking in Quark's bar because Nog was keeping everything running the whole time.
It's really good, man. It was quality.
Rom.
Rom. Yeah.
Right there. I don't want to be like my dad.
That's rough shit.
Yeah.
I mean, your dad's a space knight. You get it.
Yeah, but he's not a good Ferengi,
He's got
though.
the glowing red eyes looking through your window late at night.
Yeah, he may be a space knight, but he sucks at being a Ferengi.
Now, see, I just think of that being like a suit of armor and Rom like crawling up into it and going to do space battles and shit. And he comes back the next day and does his shift at the bar.
Somebody's got to fight those dire wraiths.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then Cisco is clearly moved by this, as everyone else is. And they say, all right. Cisco says, all right, dude, you're good, man.
Yeah. It's probably a better reason than most people who go to Starfleet Academy have.
Yeah. Yeah. Why do people go to Starfleet Academy? Because I guess
they want to explore.
I want to explore Uranus.
Yes. I mean, Earth is a paradise, right?
Yeah.
So why would you want to leave?
It's utopia.
Because you just want to explore.
So you want that personal growth. You want to find challenge. You want to do something. Yeah. But here's my thing. If you want a personal growth and challenge, really scrubbing toilets as like a waste removal technician on some backwater starship, that's your choice in life. That's what you're going to do.
Yeah. I mean, you can travel in space without being in Starfleet. Let's take a vacation to Risa sometime.
Yeah, but you know what? Starfleet
Harry Mudd does it all the time.
Yeah, but Starfleet, you're going to travel in style, it looks like, right?
Yeah,
like,
but you have to go where Starfleet tells you to go. You know what I mean?
Do you?
You get assigned to your ship. If you're ensign nobody, then you got to go where the ship goes.
You're doing those Hilton runs every week with Picard and company.
Yeah, they're just basically a fancy fucking Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shuttle service.
Yeah. Sure, we'll take you from here to there. Sure, yeah.
See, that's how Starfleet they've taken it to the next level. Most hotels you go to will have a shuttle that goes back and forth to the airport. Here, the Marriott itself is also the shuttle.
Yeah, and then you may get to make love to Troy's feet.
Or an android.
Yeah. So, that's fucking service with a smile, bro. Yeah, so you tell me you're going to take me where I want to go on this sweet-ass fucking starship, and I get to fuck this lady's feet? This is amazing.
Let's do pay for that. Nothing.
It's not in the holodeck? This is real? Real Betazoid feet?
I get to jizz on real feet? This is the best fucking trip ever.
But wait, there's more.
If you guys were to tell me that you're going to take me around in this sweet-ass starship and I get to come on this lady's feet, how much is that going to charge me? How much are you going to charge me for that? It's going to be astronomical. I can't imagine. It's free? Wow. And then you're going to give me this robot that has any kind of sex parts that I need for my perversions? This deal just keeps getting better and better.
I really would like that to be Data's secondary mission.
Sex parts for my perversions.
Yeah, he's the operations officer during duty hours, but second duty hours, he's got to switch out his parts.
Sex operations for my perversions.
Let me get the fishnet legs on. Brent Spiner would have done it too.
Oh, yeah.
Anything for him to fucking act out. Let me sashay my ass down the fucking promenade.
Guys, I can walk in heels. I don't know what that has to do with anything, Brett.
No, I'm in heels right now. Yeah, we were going to talk to you about that.
I shaved my legs this morning, guys. Are you ready to do the scene?
Worse, they need them for a scene, and it's like, hey, I hate to ask, but because of the makeup and everything, we're going to probably need you to shave your legs. And he's like, done.
Yeah.
Already here.
I would imagine he's always sending the scripts back to the writer's room with his notes about what he would like to do, and they're like, God damn fucking Brent.
Can I wear a bustier during this scene? Why? I can. I look really nice in my bustier.
No, wait, why do we have to do the Rocky Horror Picture Show holodeck episode again?
It's Halloween.
Let's do the Warp 10 again.
Just a salamander to the left? No.
It's Halloween on the Enterprise, and they're doing a version of Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Data is Dr. Spangenstein.
Dr. Spankenstein.
We're going to enter the time warp. So, all right.
Contrary to most people, I actually kind of like Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I've never. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something here. Never seen it.
Oh, really?
Never.
I did a combined thing. We didn't have enough justification for any one fandom to have a con. So BamaCon was a collection of
BamaCon.
Hosted by University of Alabama. And so you'd get your Rocky Horror guys, you'd get your D&D guys, you'd get Vampire the Masquerade guys, you'd have your Star Trek and Star Wars guys,
wow.
right? It's all these fandoms coming together. And a friend of mine who was, much more mature into the whole con going thing than I was at the time.
Much more mature.
Taught me a
lot of lessons.
He did, like some of the best places to snag free food, things like that. But one of the things he taught me was to make people very uncomfortable who are cosplaying is don't notice. Just if that dude dressed like an elf comes up to you and starts talking, you just have a complete normal conversation with him and you don't acknowledge the fact that he's in costume.
Okay.
No matter how weird shit gets, it's perfectly normal. This is Thursday. What? And so that was, okay, so two things on that. One, that was the convention where the Klingons come in and you've got these three fucking huge guys and they've got the face thing is like Star Trek 3 uniforms. They're badass. They come in and there's the costume contest and they're sitting in the front row and they call their number and the three of them go walking up on stage and the lead Klingon comes up and he leans into the mic and he says, "Hi guys. Oh my God. This is just, I can't believe we're here. Oh my God." And he just was like over the top flamboyant.
That's awesome.
And it wasn't an act. Kapla. Oh my God. But, yeah, and I saw him at the Kegger after the show, and that wasn't much of an act.
That's awesome.
But that was the show. No, the Rocky Horror. That was the one where I wore my Starfleet uniform with the fishnets.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
changed your life forever.
Combined. So it was interesting.
Now, did they do a one of the live Rocky Horror Picture Show viewings?
Yeah, that was the midnight showing, and the virgins have to come up on stage and get assaulted. The whole
That's
thing.
Awesome.
Yeah. This is still the Patreon part, right? This isn't going out normal.
No, this is all normal.
There's nothing normal about it.
That's a really good show, though, because that's a fun mix of people.
Oh yeah. Boba Fett, stalking people. It was a little concerning, but all right.
Yeah.
He's doing his job.
I heard he had to resign from bounty hunting because of sexual assault charges. No industry is safe.
He followed me back to
Not
my
even
room.
bounty hunters.
It was terrifying. After the costume contest, he didn't participate, and he was just standing off at the side and just staring. And so after the contest, and there's like a causeway between the main where the ballrooms were and then where the sleeping rooms were.
Uh-huh.
And as I was walking through this glass causeway, you can see, it's nighttime now, so you can see the reflections in the glass. And I noticed that Boba Fett's coming behind me.
Oh
and it's
my
like,
God.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett,
Where? I get on the elevator, and just as the doors start to close, the hand comes into the door. It opens, and it's Boba Fett.
Oh my God!
And he gets in the elevator, and he just stands on the other side of the elevator, staring at me. And
that's quality cosplay, though.
And so I'm like, "Hey,
you should have started grinding up against him."
Well, no, I'm like, nice costume, and he doesn't nod. He just stands there. And so
is this what you want, Boba Fett?
So no, it's
do you have a bounty on my pants?
I get to my floor, and as I get off the elevator and I start heading toward my room, and I hear the door open again, and he gets off the elevator on my floor, and I'm like, what the fuck, this guy?
Man.
So I'm kind of speed walking now, to my room, and this is back in the days of keys. So I do the, I do.
I just wish I could see you run away from a fake Boba Fett.
What's kind of creepy because there's nobody else around.
Terror in your eyes.
Dressed as Star Trek.
I mean,
Star Trek with fishnet stocking going.
So that was later.
Okay.
That was later in the evening. But I go to my room, I open the door, get inside, I close the door, and then, I didn't do the latch thing, but I did the deadbolt thing that you can only open it if you have a key. So then I'm like, whew, that was kind of, and then I hear the deadbolt go click, and I'm like, what the fuck? This guy's got a key to my room. The door opens and Boba Fett's walking in, and I get the lamp, and I'm about to just start beating on this guy, and he reaches up to his helmet, he pulls it off, and it's my fucking best friend. And he's like, dude, isn't this awesome?
Wait, how old were you when this happened?
16.
Oh, okay. I thought it might be Roy Moore or something.
Well, yeah, it's the right age. I was a little old for it.
Yeah.
But no, so
you're about to age out. I got to get him quick.
And so I guess the guy had come in a Darth Vader costume. He does costumes, and he did his Vader costume for the contest, but he wanted somebody to wear the Boba Fett so he could show it off. And, and so my best friend gave me a heart attack.
That's fun.
Nice. So
in the worst way
that's my
possible.
Star Wars movie. Yeah. And then Roy Moore showed up and touched me inappropriately.
Oh, God. But you still got to vote for him, though, because you don't want a Democrat taking that seat.
You don't want somebody who respects women's rights. You don't want somebody that thinks the races are equal.
I mean, come on.
Don't you want somebody that respects the 10 Commandments and keeps all the Muslims out of Alabama? Then Judge Roy Moore is for you. Yes, he was impeached twice and removed from the Alabama Supreme Court for ethics violations, but that has nothing to do with his love of Jesus Christ.
And little kids.
And girls that are 12. Because it was legal in 1974.
And the thing is, too, like I saw somebody, I know this is unnecessarily political, but I saw somebody coming out saying like, well, that's how it is in the Bible or something like that because, Joseph was a blah, blah, blah. And Mary was this. And I told my mom, I was like, dude, if fucking that guy was brown and had a beard and was talking about the Quran, they'd have run his ass right out of the fucking country and they'd have locked his ass up forever. But this guy's spouting off Jesus bullshit and people are like, yeah, sure, man. It sounds good to me.
He doesn't even have to do that. If he was ethnic in any way, it was like, oh my God, the way they pervert the Bible.
Yeah.
That just goes to show how cynical we've become as a country to where an alleged pedophile is probably going to be the next senator from Alabama just for purely political reasons.
Yeah. I do respect the fact that Richard Shelby, who is the other senator from Alabama and has been for ages, said that he actually did a write-in candidate for a different Republican. And it's like, Jesus, the guy that you're going to serve with is like, we're same party, but yeah, you're
he's 70 and his wife is like 30.
Besides the point, this guy is probably going to be the next senator.
Hopefully
and
not.
he's probably a pedophile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's no probably. I'm sorry. That fucking come at me, bro. Sue me. I'm done. Just
I mean, they banned him
in my opinion,
from a mall.
In my
and
opinion,
the YMCA. Like he couldn't go to
high school football games.
Hey, we're going to do this campaign rally.
Roller skating rinks and ice cream parlors.
Yeah.
Any place where there are little girls, he can't go to.
And, so like his favorite musical has, what's his name? That French guy saying, Kevin, for little girls. What is it, Chevalier?
Yes, I think it is.
One interesting thing though is like, they're saying, oh, these women are all lying and everything like that. But wasn't the original defense like, well, I always met them with their mothers first. And it's like, wait a second, where are you backpedaling from at this point? So did you have a relationship with them after you met with their mothers, or are they lying? What's the situation?
They're all lying? All of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just it's Alabama. It's fucking Alabama. God damn it.
Well, there you go, everybody. So what'd you think of the episode real fast? Dennis, what do you think?
Well, this time I actually saw and remembered the Nog part.
Okay.
Which was pretty good.
Yeah.
But still overall, I'd say it's like a 4.
Wow. Okay.
Ouch.
All right.
Ouch.
Yeah. You know, when it originally came out, this was like a 2 for me.
Wow.
I hated it.
Okay.
I stopped watching the show because of it.
Really? Wow.
Well,
You
and other
left the
things.
country.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Benjamin?
Okay, so in 2 parts, the A story I would give about a 5.
Okay.
And the B story, I would give like a 7.5, 7. So I guess just 6.
Okay. I'm going to go. The A story is like a 3. I was just bored to tears with it. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like a dick, but like them being trapped on a moon and her encased in I was just not interested at all. But then the Nog story was so great. I'm going to give it a 6.5. I was touched by that Nog story, man.
Wow.
It was really good.
That's some deep shit.
Yeah, dude. I was really impressed. I don't want to be like my dad. He doesn't have the lobes. And I was like, wow. I told Stephanie, I was like, man, I think I'm cutting some onions in here.
I mean, I think we've all kind of been to the point where we want to fight against what we think our destiny is, you know?
Yeah.
That's kind of what he's doing. He's taking his life into his own hands.
But not good enough for you, Dennis. So, well, there you go, everybody. That's the episode. Jenny didn't partake this week because she was feeling a little tired, a little sleepy. So we gave her the night off. We miss her as always. Hopefully she'll be back soon. We're going to do a couple more episodes, and we'll probably take like a week off for Christmas or whatever. And, well, I mean, yeah, right? We need time off.
Oh, yeah. So we get
for
time
the
off
holidays.
We get time off for Christmas, but I got to work through Hanukkah.
And I say the holidays. We'll figure it out, Ben. You don't have to come back. Jeez, with that attitude.
No, seriously, Ben, don't come back.
Yeah, no, we need you, Ben. We love you. We love you. So thank you for listening, and we will talk to you guys next week. Unless it's Hanukkah. Because I don't know when that starts.
The 12th?
Okay, so then we'll figure it out.
On the 12th day of Christmas.
I remember one year Hanukkah was on my birthday, and I was like, that's fucking awesome. My birthday's Hanukkah. But then I realized it
there's
every year.
There are 8 nights, yeah.
Yeah, but it started on...
Worst year, it started the night after Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow.
And it was just like, Jays, never again. If it happens again, we're converting. This is crazy.
So there you go, everybody. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you soon.